Hello, hello, and welcome to Ombre webinar. I'm sorry we started a bit late, some technical problems we had, but finally they're all fixed and I'm really happy to be here with you. And first of all, happy Canada Day and happy start of the holiday weekend. I see that you guys are celebrating and we're also having a good time here. So today we will learn everything about Ombre and thank you for your patience. Let me know where are you from. I already seen that we have Holland, we have Czech Republic, we have Poland, we have the United States here. That's really great. And also we will have a special hashtag for today's webinar, which is pretty easy. It's just hashtag Ombre webinar. Please use it if you will post something, if you will share it on a social media or somewhere else, because we would love to see it also, to comment and give you likes as well. Oh, hi, Vian, hi, Katya, hi, Siska. Really glad to see my students from the current classes that we have. And traditionally, we will have surprise at the end. And all you need to do is just stay with us until the end and you will get a surprise, but it will not be like the usual surprise that we have of free videos. It's gonna be much more than that. You will get an access to some class, but okay, it's a surprise, so I'm not supposed to explain everything about it. So it's going to be pretty cool, trust me, you won't regret it. Oh, hi, Holland, Moscow, Indonesia, cool. Seattle, USA, that's really great. Barbados, hi, Crystal, USA, originally from Russia, Netherlands. So glad to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming, for spending your Saturday morning, evening, or whichever time is in your area now together with us. Hello, Germany. And let's get to know each other. Let me know if you are offering Ombre to your clients, and if you are, what products do you usually use? Not brand, just tell me if you're using usually acrylics or gels or gel polishes, which are the most common you are doing Ombre. Or if you're not offering Ombre yet, then what product you're mostly working with. Hello, USA, Texas, whoop whoop. Or maybe you're using acrylic paints or airbrush. There's actually more options. And while I'm waiting for your comments, let me run real quick through the webinar rules, as some of you might be here for the first time. So I encourage you to take notes and screenshots, because there will be plenty of information squeezed in just 90 minutes, which is hour and a half. I saw you were wondering how long will it take, so not long, but I will try to make it short. And be active, ask questions. We'll have an answers and sessions session. And today I have a huge screen with your comments, so I can literally see everything you're commenting. Okay, so gel product, polygel, acrylics. Okay, always struggle with Ombre. That's what we are here all today. Hi, Bulgaria. I use pigments for Ombre. That's really cool. We're also going to work with them. So we will learn how to blend colors easier. Which products should you choose? Because usually mistakes in Ombre are not because you are doing something wrong, but usually it's also because you're choosing the wrong products, and it's not because the products are bad, it's just they don't work for this particular technique. And today I'm gonna also run through the rules and formulas how to choose a good ones. Gel nail polishes, okay, use acrylic powders and gel polish, very nice, because we're gonna dedicate some time to gels and gel polishes and acrylic powders as well, and also glitter. Okay, so we will do 5 ways to do perfect ombre nails, and maybe even there will be an additional one if we will have enough time for that. And plus we will have Ask Me Anything at the end of our workshop. So if you have any questions which are not related to Ombre, you can also ask them, but in the end. And do not forget to use hashtag Ombre webinar, and do not forget about the surprise at the end. And let me also run real quick through what we have here at NSI Academy. So we're doing online classes, and we have long-term classes, which are nail sculpting of 3 levels, electric file, manicure, and also we have plenty of mini classes, and Need for Speed, which is advanced class to speed up your service. And we have few classes coming up, which are mostly dedicated to nail art and manicure. Okay, I see you guys are mostly using gel polish and acrylic, and that's good. That means I chose the topic very good. And let me know if somebody is watching us for the first time, because I honestly, it feels like I see all familiar faces, I mean familiar names that I already know you all guys. So my name is Anastasia, in case you don't know me. I have 13 years of experience as a nail technician and 10 years as educator. And my biggest passion, as you can see, is nail art. And I still find it so fascinating that I'm now here in Moscow and you guys are everywhere. And we're literally just sitting, sharing experience, talking. I'm sharing my experience from all over the globe. That's so cool, and that's what NSI Academy allows me to do. And honestly, I just couldn't imagine that it was possible. I thought that I would need to travel all around the world to share my techniques, and now, I mean, I haven't even been to Australia or many places you guys are from, and that's just great. Okay, first time, hello to the newcomers here. Hello, Crystal from Canada. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with the theory. And I know that theory is not as fun as the practice, of course, but it's really important. Because I mean, if you don't know which tools you should use, then you just won't be able to do it. So always pay attention to the theory, because this is like the foundation. Right? Always take some time to investigate the subject and then to actually go right to the practice. Okay, so there are simple rules of the ombre, and let's run through them now. Okay, so is there anybody who's been to my previous bling webinar? Because on the previous webinar I explained some of the color theory, and if you haven't been, don't worry, we're going to repeat it. It's just a little bit different explanation. So in the color theory, the most simplest way to explain, like, we have primary colors, and if you guys know which colors are they, go ahead. So we have three colors which cannot be mixed from different colors. They are called primary. And we have yellow, we have blue, and also we have red. Okay, so we can get these colors from different ones. Okay, so yeah, somebody was there. Okay, so this is a little bit of like we are repeating the color wheel, so you already know how the wheel works. Red, blue, yellow. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so these are the primary colors. If we will mix them, like red and yellow, we will get orange, and this would be the secondary color. If we mix yellow and blue, we will get green. Okay, oh, somebody's Anastasia saying black and white. Well, black and white are a little bit different, but yes, that's a good one. Okay, and if we mix red and blue, we will get purple. And it really depends on how much color do you add. So if you will take, let's say, yellow and add plenty of green, we will mostly get this like lime color, right? It will be closer to green. But if we add just a little bit, we'll be closer to yellow. So it also depends on how much of each color will you add. Okay, so we have the color which is basically not even a color. That's why it is in the center. It's white. And what will happen if, I'm sorry, my handwriting is not very good. Yes, that's because I write better with the brush on nails. So if we will add white to the red color, what will we get? Hello, Mission, Texas. Mixing red and white gives us pink, right? And if we will take more white and add it to pink, we will get lighter pink. and more white and like pastel pink. And the more and more white we add, we will get the pink which is almost like white. And it works the same for each color. If we take blue and add white, we'll get light blue, and then pastel blue and sky blue and blue which is almost like white until we get to the white. And the same with the green, we'll get mint, etc. So adding more white gets color to be lighter. Oh, okay guys, I think you are getting me. That's great. And also we will have black, which is outside the circle. It's a big one. And if we will darken any of these colors, let's say we'll add black to the blue, we'll get dark blue, and then very dark blue, and then the blue which is almost like black, and the same for the rest of the colors. Okay, so I have a better version of this wheel than my handwriting. Okay, so now we have a better picture. So these are our primary, remember, yellow, red, and blue. And this is the white which is inside, and well, there's no actual black outside, but there is one. So yellow with the black looks like this, and this is the color wheel. Okay, your nails are pretty. Thank you, Anastasia. Yeah, I had to. This actually, you know, I call it when you don't have time for refill for yourself, just, you know, put some glitter in it. It will look like you have new nails, but honestly, you won't see this outgrown area. So, okay, now listen closely, the rules. If you have any questions regarding the color wheel, feel free to ask. So first, you need to follow one row. So let's say we will go on this one. Here we have light pink, then we have red, brown, etc. So if you will jump not more than 2 steps, let's say we'll take pastel pink and, well, this is like peachy pink, you will get a good ombre. If you will take color like light pink and the one which is down here, they will match with each other, no doubt, but it will be really hard to blend them because you will need to go all the way until you finally blend them. So I'm not saying it's impossible, and actually all those rules, they're just rules. It doesn't mean that you can't neglect them, but if you're making your first steps, if you're having troubles blending colors, I suggest you to work with the rules first and then start breaking them. So if you will follow one row and jump not more than 2 steps, you will get a good blending. So light yellow with a bit darker yellow, regular green with a dark green, and so on. Well, this is pretty simple, right? I bet you probably already knew this rule. Desire is asking, can we see the video later on? Yes, we will, yeah, leave a recording for a while. Rule number 2 is follow one circle. Is when you will stay within the circle, let's say this one, these colors will also work good with each other. That's why always pastel colors, they work good with each other. All neons work pretty well. All dark colors like dark green, dark blue will blend pretty easily. And also there is a neighbor rule. Neighbor is somebody sitting next to you. So if you will take yellow and the neighbor, let's say the green, they will blend easily. And so each neighbor will work always very good, like green with blue, purple with red, etc. But what if you don't want to use the neighbor? What if you want to take yellow and mix it with some other color? In this case, you can jump through one color, but only within primary colors. So if you will take yellow and red, it will be harder to mix them, to blend them, unlike like yellow and orange, but you still will be able to do it, and you will always get orange in between. If you already tried that, I bet you know how it looks. And for example, if you take yellow and blue, the same, you will get green in between. But if you will use secondary colors, which will be like orange and purple, do you guys know what you will get? you will get something like grayish, brownish, not really nice color. So primary colors do not work with each other. So let me outline. So the primary is yellow, red, and blue. So stay within this triangle if you need to jump, or always use the neighbor color and they will always blend. I have to use the tip for refills. Yes, Tarsha, that's actually a good one, and you can use any kind of glitter, any kind of background. It works pretty well, and because of the sparkles, no one can notice that there's something outgrown. Okay, and actually next rule is about glitters. So glitters work with everything. That's what the great thing about them. So glitter is not technically a color. It kind of is, but it's small particles of polyester, so it's not a pigment as it is in colors. That's why you can take any color of the glitter and apply it on top of the other color. Or if you want to do ombre between two glitters, you can also take any color, and this is the great thing. So if you're struggling with ombre, if you're doing your first steps in nail art, just first try glitters. They will always work. This is pretty simple. And the last rule is that black and white, they match everything. They match everything, but they're really tricky to blend. So the easiest colors here again are the neighbors. So if you will take white and jump not more than 2 steps to any direction, you can easily blend them, like white and yellow, white and light blue, white and purple, etc. And the same for the black. If you will take black color and dark green, black and dark blue, also you will get a good ombre. Okay, yes, I love glitter, me too. Okay, so let's quickly sum it up, our rules. So follow one row, but do not jump much. Follow one circle, use neighbors. If you need to jump, only jump within the primary colors, which is in this triangle. Glitters work with everything. White and black matches everything. So these were color rules. And another important rule is the intensity rule. And hello, Norway. Please listen up closely now, because without this rule, most ombres will not work, unfortunately. So let's take gels and gel polishes. It will be just easier to explain. You probably know that all colors work differently, even within one brand and within one collection sometimes. So there are high pigmented colors. When you apply them, only one coat is enough, and if you even apply them to a clear tip, you can see that the color is pretty solid, like we cannot see through it, so it's good, and usually nail technicians like such colors. And also there are semi-translucent colors, and I'm not talking about like glass gels, no, not like completely transparent, but you will need at least 2, sometimes 3 coats to get a good coverage. So those are low pigmented gels or gel polishes. So let's do the simple explanation. What are gels? What do gels and gel polishes consist of? We're not going to dive deep into the chemistry today because it's more about ombre, but we will just explain it briefly. So gels and gel polishes, they contain of many things like urethane methacrylate, UV filters, plastifiers, viscosity modifiers. So let's call them gel ingredients, okay? Oligomers. So let's take, like, we have that one gel and we have oligomers in it because it is gel. And also every color gel also contains some pigment. And pigment is something different than the gel structure, right? It's not in this chemical structure, it's something outside. And every particular pigment works differently. Like we have titanium dioxide, which is white, and every color is different because some of them are from plants, some of them are chemicals, and well, it's not the thing, it's just they're different and they're not in the actual chemical structure. And also I believe if somebody who understands chemistry will listen to this, they will think that I'm probably crazy, but that's just a simple explanation of how the colors work and why they work this way. Okay, so this one is highly pigmented gel, okay? And then we have another one, which is the same gel. I mean, it has the same structure, but it has less pigment. So the one I told you, which is less pigment, low pigmented. And let's say, yeah, this one will be green, this one is pink. So what do we need to do to blend them perfectly? Well, I will show you that in a moment, but from chemistry point of view, it will look like this. So first we need some solid color on one side, right? And then we will stretch somehow this color until it blends with another one. And from this side we have pink color, and then we stretch and stretch and stretch, and the pigment is gone. As you see, here we have too much pigment, and here we have just a few of it. So we will end up that you can see this color through this one, so they will not like overlap. And it doesn't really matter which color, it's not even darker, it just intensely pigmented, that's why it will go on top. Let me guys know if it makes sense to you. So this means that gel or gel polishes, they're highly pigmented and low pigmented will never work together. So this is the mistake to even try to blend them. So always choose low pigmented gel polishes with each other or highly gel polishes with each other. And it's not even about the brand or collection. Sometimes within one brand, one color can be highly pigmented, another one can be low. If you have no idea which gels do you have, just try them on a clear surface, on a clear tip, just apply it. If it applies really well just from one coat, then we can call it highly pigmented. And if it needs 2 or 3 layers, then it's low pigmented. Okay, so first rule is always choose the similar intensity of the pigment. The higher pigmented and low with the low pigmented. Okay, another rule is that, remember the picture I just showed you. Now let's do another picture which will be pretty similar. So we have the same chemical structure of some gel, like our oligomers. And this time we will take low pigmented ones. Low pigmented means they just contain less pigment, so they usually have more thin consistency. And let's take the same colors. So when gel polishes have a low pigment, usually nail technicians don't like this gel polishes very much. They say like, well, I need to apply 2 or 3 coats, that's so distracting. But for the ombre, this is actually a good one because it's a lot easier to blend them. So we'll have one color here, and then we will stretch it, and then we will have another color here, and then we'll stretch it, and they will blend perfectly. So for ombre, low pigmented gel polishes or gels are the best ones. And even though now it seems like, okay, why can't I take a highly pigmented one and mix them? Like the picture is gonna be about the same. It's true, but they have way more pigment, so it will take you a lot longer to move your brush back and forth to do things until they will finally blend. So with the low pigmented gels or gel polishes, you just need to work less and you will get a better results. Okay, hello Nadia, hello. So this is the rule. Okay, we have a question from Siska. Builder gel cover pink and white gel paint. how these two can mix perfectly, which one should be the base color. Well, okay, Cisco, that's a good question. And cover pink and white, this is the structure. It was about the color gels, and cover is a little bit different, and there the color goes actually into structure. And as white and pink, they're pretty close in our color wheel, you can't blend them pretty good, and I will show you one way to do that. But with particularly these ones you described, white gel paint, I would rather first apply a cover pink background and then stretch the white. And I will show you, well, with the different colors also how to do it today. Ernesta, can we use different brands for one ombre? How the intensity rule work? I mean, how to identify if two gel polishes are equally transparent? Are there any tips for that? Okay, I believe I already answered your question, so just apply them on a clear tip and you can tell. And mixing brands is a very hard question, so absolutely no manufacturer will advise you to do that, but honestly I mix them sometimes. I suggest to never mix, if it's acrylic, do not mix powder and liquid of different brands. If it's gel polish, do not mix base and top coat of different brands. But when it comes to colors, color is something that we put in between, some base and some top, right? So mixing colors, I believe, is okay. Just always try them first, so you can be sure that they will work. Okay, so let's go to the practice. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the rules, but I believe you will understand them while we are practicing. Oh, and we have almost 80 people online. That's so cool. Okay, so first, ombre is the easiest ombre in the world, and everybody, even your boyfriend, your husband, will be able to do it. Trust me, it's just so simple. So I will need a dark background for it, and I have a black tip. If you don't have one, you will need to apply black gel or gel polish or dark brown. And I will slightly buff it to remove the surface shine. And remove the dust. And I think it's time to get the camera closer. Oleg, please. As we're going to the practice. Okay, so for this design you will need dark background, and you will also need a magnet gel polish. If you guys are watching my YouTube channel, then you probably saw my tutorial of 4th of July nails, and I showed a cat eye pigment which you can mix with any color and get the magnet gel polish by yourself. Or if you don't have one, you can take the ready gel polish. I believe many brands are producing them. I know they're in Hand and Nail Harmony, Gelish have them, and Color Club, and many other brands, I believe. So we will need the magnet gel polish and a magnet. Thank you, Anastasia. We all know what the most favorite design is. Baby Boomer will best shows. Okay, yes, Baby Boomer is one of the most popular. That's true, and I think I showed the Baby Boomer in Need for Speed, but that was with acrylic. Yeah. Okay. So, unfortunately, I don't have these colors ready for today. I don't have cover gel to demonstrate you, but yeah, I think we can do it later, and I will show you like really similar technique, and you can use it with the cover and white as well. So on my black prepared background, I will apply, does a white background help bring out the color of low pigment ombre? Tarsha, yes, absolutely. If you're working with neons, pastels, something that is not intense enough, then yeah. And actually, the reason I'm using dark background is also because this cat eye color, it's kind of pigmented, but still not much. So the black background really helps it to bring it to show it better. Okay, so I will apply it with the one top coat from top to the bottom, and then I will take the magnet and hold it. Can you already see the magic? Here's the ombre. So that's literally all you need to do. Okay? So now we need to cure it and then apply the top coat. So the trick is that normally magnets, they actually attract these magnetic particles, and that's the reason we get this cat eye look. But you need to take the magnet from the opposite side. So if this trick is not working with your magnet, that you might take it out and, you know, just use the other side. So like, you know how the magnet works, one part is attracting these particles and another one is pushing them back. So in this case, we need to push them back to get this ombre. That's pretty easy, and I told you, this is the simplest ombre in the world. This is just something to warm up, but I mean, you don't have to really. Okay, let me show you how it looks with the different colors while my color is curing. So if you will be able to find like another cat eye colors, it will work basically with all of them. You can also make it from the side, vertical, you can make it from the free edge. It's really up to you. Okay, so this is what we have. Now we only need to apply a top coat and cure it, and this is the first ombre we get. Where to get the magnet gel that I can add pigment to? Judith, you need to look for, it's called cat eye pigments. This is the dry pigment, and well, the one I'm using, it's from Dance Legend brand. This is the Russian one, and I believe there are other ones also. So yeah, you should search them for the web, in the web, but you can add any gel to this pigment to make it work. Okay, now let's go to the next one, which will be a little harder, but still pretty easy. Okay, let's also do some dark background. It's just easier to see many things on the dark one. And even though I have black tips, this time I will apply black, because we will need to have some gel underneath, otherwise it won't work because bare tips is just plastic. Yeah, so simple. Oh, you just did it, Vian. Please share. Had cat eyes and never tried this technique. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like literally, the magnet does physics, does everything for you. I personally love this kind of design, so you don't even need to do anything. Okay. Oh, and also the tip is usually we hold it from the top, and here I was holding it from here, from the bottom. Okay, so I will apply black background, and this time we will work with the glitters. So the magnet ombre was the easiest one in the world, and this one is also so easy, but here we will need to work a little. Okay, and cure. And while I'm curing, we can talk. How to share the pic? Oh, Vian, so you see there's the add comment section, and on the right side there's like camera icon. So just click on it and then you can add the picture. Or if you won't be able to do it, you can share in any social media, just hashtag. But it would be really cool to see it now. If you apply black gel polish, do you have to buff surface before apply cat eye gel polish? No. Apply black gel polish, cure, and do nothing and just apply cat eye on the top. No, you don't need to buff it, you don't need to remove sticky layer, nothing. It will just work. Love it, thank you. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so while my background is curing, I will prepare my next color. And somebody was asking about the baby boomer, so this is also how you can do it, but with the glitter it's way easier. So I will take a Secrets glitter, the gold one, and you can use any glitter. And also remember, in the list of the required products, I asked you to take some #1 natural brush, and this is really some of my old brushes. This is not even a professional one. This is the one I got from some craft shop. So for this design you can use, honestly, almost any brush at all. Like the brush, this technique doesn't really mean a lot. Oh, okay, so my black is cured and seems like, yeah, I will need another coat because it looks a little grayish. And yes, I will apply another one. And this is also pretty fast and simple, and you can also use this kind of ombre for the one I just explained, which is on my nails. Like when you don't have time to do refill on yourself, just simply add glitter and stretch it. So glitters, it really depends on the quality of the gel and the particles of the glitter, but usually they go to the bottom, so we need to mix it a little bit. And as I will need now just a small amount of glitter, I will mix it only on the one corner, not the whole jar. And wait until my background is completely cured. For this design we won't need to remove the sticky layer. Just, I believe, yeah, almost ready. Just another 10 seconds. Nikalsha is asking, can you use cat eye polish over regular polish? Oh, okay, the question is if the regular cat eye polish will work like that. You need to try, if that's the question. Honestly, I have no idea, but I believe something will work if you apply a magnet like this. So yeah, you need to try. I mostly work with gel polishes, that's why I never tried, but yeah, probably it will work. Let me know if you will try it. Okay, our background is cured, and I will, okay, where's my corner that I mixed? And then I will apply gold near the cuticle. So if you want to do an ombre like on half of the tip, you need to apply about this amount. So do not apply it right way down here, because you will end up with a tip that's all covered with gold, right? And we need some kind of ombre. Okay, now we need to clean the brush just with a regular napkin. No cleanse, no nothing. The brush should be dry and clean of excess glitter now. Oh, here's the picture. Can I see it closer? Oh, good, great job. Yeah, cool. Yeah, blue and dark VN. That's very nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, we have first ombres here. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love your cat eye color. That's such an intense blue. Okay, so now I will take the brush, hold it flat. Do not hold it like this. Okay, really flat, like it's laying down. And then I will go back and forth like a printer and stretch the glitter. Okay, so first I will begin with the area where we still have some glitter. And I think I said that, but I will repeat just in case. Do not remove the sticky layer, because it's way easier to stretch it when you still have it. And then our glitter will slowly fade into the black. And honestly, I'm almost doing it blindfolded, so I hope it is blending there. Okay, so yeah, and we will leave a small area where there's no glitter, where there's only black. So now, as this was the gel, we will cure it and apply the top coat. If you don't have a glitter gel, you can take any glitter and mix it with a clear gel and you will get it. But for ombre, it's always better to choose glitters with the small particles. rather than large? Well, you can take any, really depends on your goals, but it just looks cool. Also, there are glitters which have multiple ones, like the one I'm having on my nails. So there are big parts and small parts all together. It also looks kind of nice. Yeah, okay. So while it is curing, I will close and put away the jar. And also, oh, no, that's not actually everything I was going to show you. So let me apply another background real quick, because I want to just show you another option. So did you mention that this was pretty fast? Well, but there's a way to do it even faster, like almost 10 times. So I will apply quickly a black gel polish and show you a way to do it better, but you will need a special brush for it. Cure. And we have our glitter ready here. And now I will seal it with a top coat. And this kind of ombre, they usually look way better when they're sealed. So this is the moment when you apply the top coat and clients like, oh, that's so great. Yeah, because it really starts to shine. Okay, and our magnet ombre is cured also. Okay, so to do it faster, I will use this brush. It's called Ombre brush. So if you look closer, you will see that it's basically a square brush. So to this row, it's just regular brush, and here the hair, it's like halfway. So even if you don't have one, you can make it. All you need to do is just to take a square brush with a long hair preferably, then separate the hair with a small scissors, separate the half, and then, you know, just do back and forth, back and forth. I believe I saw like hairdressers were doing that when they were doing the highlights, if you know what I'm saying, and then cut it all the way. Or there's a way to do it simpler, but it's not as accurate. Just hold the scissors from the top and, you know, just simply cut them out, but not all the way, only the halfway. So if you notice what I was doing with the small brush, so this is the nail, and I was just going like this. So this was my route. This and, well, yeah. So to the right side, a little bit down, to the left, a little bit down, to the right, etc. And I had to do multiple moves back and forth with the brush, because it's small and it has like just few hair in it. And with this brush, you can do all the same, just with way less moves. And let me demonstrate that. Okay, so this is our sealed tip. And yeah, I will quickly apply the second coat here. Yeah, I really need to break that habit of looking up, but yeah, just lately I was getting many comments like, why she's always looking up. Yeah, just want to make sure that you guys see everything. Okay, curing the second layer, and then we will do the same, but 3 to 5 times faster. We'll use the ombre brush and the same glitter, and you'll see. So in case if you don't have ombre, I told you can use any brush. And also using the same technique, you can not only stretch glitter, you can also stretch in other colors. But depending on what color is on the top and on the bottom, for example, if you want to stretch the colors that are close, like pastels, you can do it exactly the same way. But if you want to take some dark and light colors, which are hard to blend, then I recommend to cure it first, take off the sticky layer, and then to stretch it. Okay, so now it is cured. And I will take a little bit of golden gel here on the top. Clean the brush. The brush should be clean and dry before working. Put it flat, and you see those here, they will do basically the same but with a less effort and way faster. Honestly, when I'm working with this brush, it's like, I don't know, several seconds for, okay, you see, the same result and way faster. Cure in the lamp. Okay, so this was the second wave of ombre, even almost two of them. And now let's switch to the next one. In case if you don't have magnet, gel polish, if you don't have any special brushes or tools, this method will work for you, because for this one you will only need 2 colors of gel polishes, and that's it. We will use the brush which is inside the bottle, so no special products, brushes required for next one. But you need to follow the rule. Remember the intensity rule and the color theory rule. So you need to take colors which are of the same intensity. So I chose the ones that are both low intensity. And I believe this tip is buffed, so do not forget to remove. Yeah, that was really fast, Leslie. Yeah, that's what I told you. So also you can search for, it's called Ombre brush. Maybe you will be able to find it, but before we had those ones in stocks, we used to make them by ourselves, just simply cutting out the hair. Oh, and this needs to be gel synthetic brush. So I will take mint and gray color. And this is just the tip, or, well, yeah, if you want the colors to be brighter, you can use white background, but on the nails I usually do it, well, like with these colors I do not use background, as additional layer will add thickness to the nails, and even though whether it's natural nails or acrylic nails, it's still, they will look kind of thick, and usually we don't want that. So first I will apply a first color on the left side. Do not apply it too thick, otherwise it won't work. And apply another color on the second half. I decided to take gray. I am a big fan of gray colors. Okay, and now I will go a little bit to the area of the blue. Blend and go back. And do not forget to clean the brush, as it contains some blue now, before you put it back into the jar. Then I will, okay, let me bring the napkin so you can see. Okay, so then I will take a mint brush, well, I mean the brush from the mint color, remove the excess gel polish, and slowly working from the mint side, go a little bit to the gray, blend, come back, and that's it. This is our first layer. Okay, I think I need to work here a little bit more. Yeah, and come back. So this is, yeah, our first layer. Put it back to the jar, cure, and we will do the second one. All right, so somebody shared the one on the nails. Let's see. Oh, very nice. That was the glitter ombre. Cool. Nice. Good job, Anastasia. Yeah. And actually, I also like the glitter when it's like from the free edge. It's really nice. So you need to cure the first layer completely, like you usually cure the gel polish, so that for mine it will be 60 seconds in LED, and then we will repeat the same for the second coat. So always follow intensity and color rule, otherwise they just won't work. And when you're mixing them, also always take the excess color from the brush, because if you're working and you see that there's plenty of product running back and forth, then it's not gonna work. Always take less. And sometimes when you will start, you might also even need the third layer, and it's fine. It is always better to do 3 layers, but each of them will be really thin, rather to do 2 or even 1, but it will be, you know, thick and not even. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your artworks. That's really great. Oh, and we have 90 people online. Okay. So, oh, okay, I think it was like, why it takes so long? I set up my timer to 2 minutes. Okay, I will switch it so we will not spend the whole night here. And now let's do the same. I will apply, do not remove the sticky layer at this moment. I will apply first half, once again, not too thick, right on the half, and also you can get a little bit to the gray side, it's fine. And thanks. Yeah, well, honestly, mint is also my another favorite color. So yeah, I just noticed that. I also did it, well, I will show you later, yeah, another examples of colors I used for this one. Okay, so I'm applying gray and now slowly go into the center. Blend, 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 and come back. And then I need to clean the brush because I have mint on it. And then I will take the mint from the jar, remove the excess. I don't need too much color right now, and go to the mint side. And starting slowly from it, go to the center, blend, 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 and come back. Okay, now cure. I think it needs a little bit more blending near the cuticle. And honestly, this is this method, you won't believe it, but it works so much easier when you're doing it on the actual nails. Yeah, it sounds weird that it should be easier on the tips, but it works way easier when it's on the nails. I don't know why. So I also tried this, my favorite gray, with pink. And it's, well, you don't need to use gray, so it can be any color. Neighbor colors work just perfect for this technique. So any neighbors or not really neighbors will work as well. So if you, oh, sorry about that. Okay, that wasn't in that. So you can try to do the same with the neons. That's the easiest one. Then you can try the pastels. Also, it's pretty easy. And then go to the other more intense colors. And as you can see, you don't need any special brush or tool here. And also sometimes you blend, 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 and you see like you kind of can still see the line, and usually it means that you are not moving your brush back and forth. And also you can do, somebody was asking when we did our Instagram live, if it's possible to use several colors. So yeah, you see I have gray here, I have mint here, and then I have gray again. So what I did, I applied the mint line on the center and grays on the sides, but I suggest to try these ones only when you feel confident about blending one color. So this is like a triple ombre, or you can choose another color to be the third color. So it's really up to you. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me show you real quick how does it look on the hands, because yeah, we just did the same colors recently. And yeah, I mean, I was really doing and wondering how easy can it be. Okay, so yeah, that's on the nails. Thank you. Some colors, yeah, thanks. But yeah, as you can see, I don't have many variety. I only took the tips I was getting ready for the webinar, but as you can see, you can take all rainbow and mix them all on the nails, really. Also white and some bright color will look just awesome. If you like dark ones, also black and blue, black and dark green will look fabulous. So yeah, go for it. Okay, we have yellow and green. Can we see it closer? Anastasia, great job. And you see we have the green in between, like neon light green. Very nice. Good job. So yeah, okay, we have one. Vian, you have a wonderful glitter ombre, and the blue and the pink, you need to blend it a little bit more in the center. It's good, but don't be afraid to go with the pink a little bit more to the blue area, and the same for another one. But also sometimes when you take a picture of it, it looks like, I don't know, a little bit different. Love your yellow and green. Yeah, great job, guys. Thanks for sharing. You guys are amazing, and I really feel like we're in a classroom now, and we're sharing. So come on, yeah, catch up and join, you guys. Yeah, also send your pictures. Okay, so this was the gel polish ombre, and this was also pretty easy, right? We haven't done anything that's really hard yet. So let's go to the next one. And we will need acrylic powders for it. And this is the moment. Remember, somebody asked if you might need a white background. So yeah, for this technique, usually you will need one. So I already have white gel polish I applied. So we won't waste time for during the webinar. And also we will need some clear gel. It might be even top coat for the gel polishes, or it can be base coat. And also we need to take two colors which are working well together. Okay, just a second. Oh, okay, yeah, got it. So I decided that it's summer, so it's time to do some, oh man, it's in the camera, they're not so neon, but you will need to trust me. There's really neon and bright, and they light in the LED lamp. So we have yellow and we have orange. As you remember, these guys are neighbors. And for this method, if you will take contrast colors like black and white, like dark blue and light blue, it won't work. So you need to take the colors that are blend easier, or their neighbors. And also this method works if you are not acrylic person, if you don't have acrylic skills, but you still want to do something with acrylic. So we'll need powders, and we won't need a monomer. Okay, so I applied my white a while ago, so I'm afraid it might be not as clean. So I will carefully clean it. And also I will put a napkin, as it's going to be a little messy. And I will take this kind of brush, but it's not honestly necessary. You can take any tool. You can use pusher. You can take another tip, which will work like something you will grab your powder with. So it's really optional. I find it pretty easy to work with this brush. And honestly, that's the only thing where I use this brush, even though it's supposed to be for the ombre also. Okay, so I will apply a thin layer of the top coat. Do not apply it too thick, or you're gonna be in trouble. Yes, apply it thin. And let's start with the orange. It's better to start with a color which is a bit darker in this technique. So first I will bring it close, because we always need to start with just solid color. I'm moving my tip back and forth, and then you see my brush, it goes higher and higher. This is how we'll blend the color. Oh my, it looks so different in the camera. Okay, so we can sometimes clients say like, okay, can we stop at this point? I mean, they're already happy with the ombre you did with orange and white. And then we will do the other half with the yellow. Do not forget to clean the brush, and it's easier to work with the second color as you need to literally apply it all over and then carefully blend it. But even if you will apply too much of the second color, it's not a problem, as it will not go on top of the first one as it's already there. So do not forget to remove the excess color. And then we need to cure it as we have a top coat underneath. So for this method, we will get an ombre pretty easily, but we will have a bumpy surface. And there are two solutions for that. So you can apply two coats of top coat, or even seal it with acrylic or gel, or you can take a light buffer and after curing first buff the surface and after that apply the top coat. So I'm the person who don't like filing, really hate it, so I usually apply several sealing colors on top, sealing coats, but it's up to you. I mean, buffing is also an option. Okay, so don't forget to clean the brush, and well, I believe I have another tip with this ombre. So yeah, as you can see, I applied only one coat here, and it's a little bit not even, but yeah, this method absolutely works. And also, this is absolutely wearable. Usually I get this question at this moment, like, will it actually last? So the thing is, if you don't have to apply too much gel. If you will, then too much powder will get on top, and as the gel is wet, it will stick to it, but the adhesion will be lost. So if you notice that unfortunately you apply too much gel and acrylic powder is like all over, then you need to file it even maybe with a regular file for a while. Okay, and also, yeah, this is what we get at the end, and we need to seal it with the top coat. And actually it works with the glitters, but I mean, glitters are so easy to work with. Glitters are really, you can use any method with them. I believe it will work anyway. Okay, and cure. Now let's go, didn't see the nail, which one? Oh, so this was the one. Result. Okay, now let's do something a bit more advanced. Okay, so this was like warming up. We did really fun and easy stuff. We're like, it's really not hard to do that. Oh, and and also have yellow and green. It's also done with the powders. Now let's try to do acrylic ombre with actual acrylic powder and monomer. So I will do, okay, let's also warm up and start with the easy colors. So let's take blue, pink and blue, and in the camera they're different a little bit, and we will need monomer. So you dusted off the excess after removing nail from the lamp. Maricela, yes, I did, because for some reason I thought there's some hair on top, but usually, well, no, you don't really need, there's nothing to dust off, because like the gel, it absorbs all the powder. So I just did it, yeah, for some reason, but usually you don't need to do that. There's just nothing to dust off. Oh, and also when you will file this, make sure you are not using your favorite file or buffer, because obviously you have pigment right on the top, so your file will change the color. So if you have white buffer, and it will be a little bit yellow, just keep that in mind. So I'm taking my acrylic brush, my favorite one, it's NSI Precision, and pouring monomer into my Dayton dish. And with acrylic, not only with ombre, but anything you're doing with acrylic, you probably know that, you need to work fast. This is just the product that does not allow us to work slower. We always need to work fast, and the same is equals for the ombre. There's no time to stop and wait. You just need to work. So, and what I like about acrylic ombre, to me personally, I like to do extreme ombre, like really hard colors, like some dark, bright color with a white, or black and white, some contrast colors. To me, it's easier to do it with acrylic, because, I don't know, just once you understand these techniques, most colors will work. With gel, it's also possible, but still you need to like work way harder. So I have a buff tip, and let's do the pastel one first, and then we will do some extreme colors also. Okay, so when you have two colors, remember I showed you it's always better to start with a dark one. And it doesn't matter whether you want to put it near the cuticle or near the free edge area, doesn't matter. Just start with the darker one, blend it first, and then the light one. And so let's, if we will choose between these two, it's obvious then the blue is the one which is darker. Now let's take another one. Oh, and also pastel shades, pastel acrylic powders, they are all based on white. That's why they blend so easily, because they have the similar white pigment in them. So I will take first bead, put the brush around and stretch it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And if there's some excess product, I will just put it away. And then, before waiting on someone or something, immediately take the second color, put it on top, and stretch it towards the blue. So this is the trick, like if you will wait until the first color polymerizes until it's dry, they will not blend as good. You will need to do it immediately. And also, if you maybe already noticed that the consistency is more wet than usual, and this is the only time where we are allowed to work with wet consistency. That's why I don't recommend to do it right on the bare nail. It's always good to apply a thin layer of clear, at least to the natural nail bed, because if you will apply such a wet consistency right on the nail, the adhesion won't be as good. And basically that's it. So yeah, then we need to do some design on top, or simply buff it and apply the top coat. And also, what's important about acrylic ombre is not only the color itself, but also try to apply product such way so it's really thin and the surface should be smooth, so you won't have to waste time on buffing or filing it. Will we make level ombre with polishes? Carolina, what do you mean by level ombre? Like several colors? Can you ombre with regular nail polish lacquer? Ria, unfortunately, well, I don't really work with regular nail polish, but to me the easiest way with the polishes is to use a sponge. I think this is the easiest ombre, because the polish cures, well, it's not cures, it's like dries up by itself on the air, and I think the sponge method is the one that we are going to use. Okay, now let's do something a bit more advanced with the brighter colors so you can see them. Thanks, guys. For example, by using sponge. Well, I was thinking about the sponge, and yes, there's actually a way to work with gel polishes using sponge, but I decided to, well, to not show it today because it's really pretty simple. So you need to choose a sponge with a really small particles with the small holes, and also apply the gel polish. It's better to apply it right on the sponge. And then blend it like the same way I showed you, like the brush is working, like back and forth, back and forth. In my previous Bling webinar, it's available in the recording now, I showed that ombre before doing some rhinestones design. You can also look through it. And we have another, when somebody else already moved to acrylics, I just finished with my gel. Siska, that's fine. We all work in our per our own schedule. I'm slow also. I'm doing it fast now because I already did it many times, but that's absolutely fine. That's what's great about online. Like, you don't have to adjust to the group. My gel polish too pigmented to each other, but when it goes to single color, I need to do 3 coats dilemma. Okay, can we get a closer look at this picture? And actually, I think the one you did is the one that I see now is pretty good. The one with the green. Oh, great job! Yeah, you did mint and blue, and these are not the easiest colors to blend. The right one seems pretty dark. Very nice. Yeah, so, well, if you need 2 coats, it's okay. Once you will adjust to it, maybe you will need 2, but it really depends on the quality of the color. If it's not pigmented, sometimes, yeah, even 3 coats. But yeah, you did a great job. Guys, you're doing it like almost from the first attempt. That's very impressive. To me, to do all, well, except for the magnet ones, to do all the rest, it really took me a while. Okay, so then we will use a white, and that's actually the regular white for the pink and white, radiant white from NSI, and neon pink. Okay, and let me check you now. So what is the color? It's gray. Oh, do you mean like in the center? Well, yeah, because we have probably, I think the mint that you're using, it looks like it's based on white color because it's pretty bright and pretty pigmented. And when we mix white and black, what do we get? Gray in between. So this is when you take any white-based color and try to mix it with something dark, we will get kind of grayish in the end. But honestly, I'm looking, to now with the eyes of the quality of the blending that you did, and it's pretty good. And yeah, just choose another colors, but you get the technique. That's the most important to me. Follow your colors. But I think the gray that I'm using, it's way lighter than that one. You see, it's really like, it's light gray, a lot closer to the white. And also your mint looks kind of pigment. I think you should just try lighter gray and it will work, but the quality is pretty good. Good job. Okay, now let's switch to something more advanced. Make sure you remove all the hair before applying acrylic, because this is going to be really distracting if the hair will get on your way. And okay, I think I used white as base color. Oh, okay. So what is the first color should we choose? The one which is darker, right? This is the pink. And white is obviously lighter. So I will take a bead of neon pink, apply it on the free edge, turn my brush around and quickly stretch it. And while you're stretching it, you already need to see some kind of fading, like there's no streak line should be seen. And I'm fixing the surface immediately. And now I'm taking white really fast while this powder, this pink part is still shiny. Apply it right near the cuticle and stretch it. stretch, stretch, stretch. And you see my brush, it's really flat now. And now it seems like I had kind of too much of the white on the pink section. So what I'm doing now with the body of my brush, I'm cleaning the pink part from the excess white. And you see it's getting brighter. Oh my God, in the camera it looks like it's purple or something, but it's really, really pink in the real life. And well, and that's it. Okay, so with this method you can use multiple colors, you can do different kind of, if you want to do them like from one side to the other, all you need to do is just to apply one bead right here and another one here. And yes, this is how you do it. So also there's a way to work with acrylic like I showed you with a gel. Like you can apply, have one background, wait until it's cured and then apply another one on the top. But you can do it only if it's glitter or metallic powder or, well, powder with some particles. With the solid colors like this, like white and pink and blue, unfortunately it won't work this way. It always works good when you blend them right away while they're still wet. Okay, thanks. We have more. Yes, I guess my gray is too dark. Yeah, you're welcome, Siska. Yeah, just take a lighter gray. Also, the tone, like if one color is really dark and another one is really light, it's also hard to blend them. Yeah, just you can take white and mix it with your gray and you will get a lighter one. Try that. Okay, we have more with Anastasia. I don't have colors pigment, but I have a shiny. All right. Oh, that's the one you did with just throwing it on. Okay, yeah, very good. Glitters, and I think that was something like mermaid pigment on the bottom. Nice. Pink is very beautiful. Yes, thank you for sharing. Great. Somebody's doing a really good job. You all girls are doing a great job, and don't worry that somebody's faster. So, like, it's really not a point here, right? Our goal is to learn. Like, you have all it written down, right? Memorized. This recording will be available for a few days, so you can watch it later. You can sit down comfortably when you have time and products and repeat it. So it will not go away anywhere. So do you feel like doing something even more advanced since, oh, okay, we have not more time. We have like 15 minutes left, and let's do something really advanced now. Multi-ombre, like multicolor. Okay, and since it is summer, let's do something really bright. Okay, I will leave the white one as we might need it. And I will also take neon yellow and neon orange and another neon orange. And I'm afraid that's all neons that I have today here with me. Oh well, then at some point I need to stop. And also we'll need a white. It can be a regular white for a pink and white, and it's better to take a bright white because there are also like a natural white or soft white colors. They're not as good, well, for the technique I'm going to show you. Their colors are harder. I struggled, and yeah, that's completely true. And oh my, you decided to start with the hard part, but that's worth some recognition. Well, I love the left one. Yeah, yellow and orange, very nice. And the one yellow and red, so you probably did it, yeah, by stretching. Yeah, you need to blend them a bit better, but not bad. Yeah, the left one, it's absolutely. Yeah, and it's always also about the colors. Just try to find this technique, and even when you master the ombre, it doesn't mean that you will take like any color in the world and it will work with any other color in the world. Like at some point you will know all your products and you'll just know which colors are good to blend, so you can do some samples and suggest them to your clients. I'm getting trouble with the side-by-side ombre. How do you blend the colors? I have sharp lines. Renelle, can we see the picture, please? Sharp lines, we're side by side. or we're talking about gel polish now? If so, sharp lines means that you're probably one problem can be that you're scratching the surface with your brush. So hold the brush flat. If you will hold the brush like this, you will end up scratching it. Just imagine that we have a surface and something on top. Something will be gel. If you will scratch it, then you will remove product from here and the large amount of the product will go somewhere here. If you will hold it flat, you will just move around the product, but it will still stay the same thickness. Okay, so hold the brush flat, blend it very well, do not push too much, do a light touch, and also just go back and forth until you blend it well. Okay, we have more from Camilla. I really love the one with the green and white, I believe. That's something cool. And red and white. Girls, you're doing such a great... Oh, yes, that's with the glitter. I love the one also red and white or something like that. Very good. Oh, and good job with the green. Really good blending. You guys are doing such a great job. Okay, now let's do something. So first I will explain, as it will go pretty fast, so I will not be able to stop while I'm working. So first we'll apply a white foundation, and while it's still wet, we will not wait until the acrylic dries, we will add different spots of the colors. So I call this technique watercolor. Well, it's not actual watercolor, we're doing it with acrylic, but I think it looks kind of like a watercolor. Gray, oh, that was gray and white, even better. Yeah, good job. Really cool. Okay, so first we will start with the white background, and I will just take the bead and stretch it. And if for some reason, I know, somebody called you, or I don't know, you had to go to cook the dinner, or well, I don't know, anything, and the white is already cured, what you can do, you can take a small tiny additional bead and apply it on top, because we need a wet white color here. Okay, then we will work with the extremely wet consistency and add yellow and stretch it. Stretch it in all directions, like to the right, to the left, to the side. And then I will add another yellow somewhere here, and again stretch it. Stretch, stretch, stretch. As this is the multicolor, I will stretch it in all directions. Remember when we did the first acrylic one, I was stretching only in one direction, and here we're doing all of them. Now let's take the orange and repeat the same. So I'm just randomly putting them. Also for this design you need to pick colors which match together, so you can take a dark background and use glitters or dark colors. It will also look good, just different. And I don't know, I decided just to make something more like summer splashes. And then we'll take pink. Just do not take too much at once. And you see, pink is way darker than the other colors, so we need to blend it really well. Okay, and add more here. You see, you can also not just apply it, but also like apply it all over the tip where you need it, and then stretch it. And also when you're working, I think we need more orange here. With this technique, as you can see, the colors, they're getting more pale. So yeah, just if you're using neon, a little lighter. Okay, and we have some empty spot here, and I think we should fill it with pink. And yeah, you can always put additional colors here later if you feel like it. Just blend them until you're happy, but there's like, it's an abstract design, so there's no actual rules. And I kind of miss yellow now, because yellow is really light and it's kind of hiding now underneath, so I decided to bring it also here on top. So yeah, this is it. And this can be a good foundation for design, like if you will buff it and then take some black gel paint or gel polish and do some geometric design, then it will be like a picture. Or you can leave it like that, just like an abstract picture on a client's, like Zap ice creams in just 90 minutes, which is hour and a half. I saw you were wondering how long will it take, so not long, but I will try to make it short. And be active, ask questions. We'll have an answers and sessions session, and today I have a huge screen with your comments, so I can literally see everything you're commenting. Okay, so gel product, polygel, acrylics. Okay, always struggle with ombre. That's what we are here all today. Hi Bulgaria. I use pigments for ombre. That's really cool. We're also going to work with them. So we will learn how to blend colors easier. Which products should you choose? Because usually mistakes in ombre are not because you are doing something wrong, but usually it's also because you're choosing the wrong products, and it's not because the products are bad, it's just they don't work for this particular technique. And today I'm gonna also run through the rules and formulas how to choose the good ones. Gel nail polishes, okay, use acrylic powders and gel polish, very nice, because we're gonna dedicate some time to gels and gel polishes and acrylic powders as well, and also glitter. Okay, so we will do 5 ways to do perfect ombre nails, and maybe even there will be an additional one if we will have enough time for that. And plus we will have Ask Me Anything at the end of our workshop. So if you have any questions which are not related to ombre, you can also ask them, but in the end. And do not forget to use hashtag ombre webinar, and do not forget about the surprise at the end. And let me also run real quick through what we have here at NSI Academy. So we're doing online classes, and we have long-term classes, which are nail sculpting of 3 levels, electric file manicure, and also we have plenty of mini classes, and Need for Speed, which is advanced class to speed up your service. And we have few classes coming up, which are mostly dedicated to nail art and manicure. Okay, I see you guys are mostly using gel polish and acrylic, and that's good. That means I chose the topic very good. And let me know if somebody is watching us for the first time, because I honestly, it feels like I see all familiar faces, I mean familiar names that I already know you all guys. So my name is Anastasia, in case you don't know me. I have 13 years of experience as a nail technician and 10 years as educator. So now we have a better picture. So these are our primary, remember, yellow, red, and blue. And this is the white, which is inside, and well, there's no actual black outside, but there is one. So yellow with the black looks like this, and this is the color wheel. Okay, your nails are pretty. Thank you, Anastasia. Yeah, I had to. This actually, you know, I call it when you don't have time for refill for yourself, just, you know, put some glitter in it. It will look like you have new nails, but honestly, you won't see this outgrown area. So, okay, now listen closely, the rules. If you have any questions regarding the color wheel, feel free to ask. So first, you need to follow one row. So let's say we will go on this one. Here we have light pink, then we have red, brown, etc. So if you will jump not more than 2 steps, let's say we'll take pastel pink and, well, this is like peachy pink, you will get a good ombre. If you will take color like light pink and the one which is down here, they will match with each other, no doubt, but it will be really hard to blend them because you will need to go all the way until you finally blend them. So I'm not saying it's impossible, and actually all those rules, they're just rules. It doesn't mean that you can't neglect them, but if you're making your first steps, if you're having troubles blending colors, I suggest you to work with the rules first and then start breaking them. So if you will follow one row and jump not more than 2 steps, you will get a good blending. So light yellow with a bit darker yellow, regular green with a dark green, and so on. Well, this is pretty simple, right? I bet you probably already knew this rule. Desire is asking, can we see the video later on? Yes, we will leave a recording for a while. Rule number 2 is follow one circle. Is when you will stay within the circle, let's say this one, these colors will also work good with each other. That's why always pastel colors, they work good with each other. All neons work pretty well. All dark colors like dark green, dark blue will blend pretty easily. Hello, and welcome to Ombre webinar. I'm sorry we started a bit late, some technical problems we had, but finally they're all fixed and I'm really happy to be here with you. And first of all, happy Canada Day and happy start of the holiday weekend. I see that you guys are celebrating and we're also having a good time here. So today we will learn everything about ombre, and thank you for your patience. Let me know where are you from. I already seen that we have Holland, we have Czech Republic, we have Poland, we have the United States here. That's really great. And also we will have a special hashtag for today's webinar, which is pretty easy. It's just hashtag Ombre webinar. Please use it if you will post something, if you will share it on a social media or somewhere else, because we would love to see it also, to comment and give you likes as well. Oh, hi, Vian, hi, Katya, hi, Siska. Really glad to see my students from the current classes that we have. And traditionally, we will have surprise at the end. And all you need to do is just stay with us until the end and you will get a surprise, but it will not be like the usual surprise that we have of free videos. It's gonna be much more than that. You will get an access to some class, but okay, it's a surprise, so I'm not supposed to explain everything about it. So it's going to be pretty cool, trust me, you won't regret it. Oh, hi, Holland, Moscow, Indonesia, cool. Seattle, USA, that's really great. Barbados, hi, Crystal, USA, originally from Russia, Netherlands. So glad to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming, for spending your Saturday morning, evening, or whichever time is in your area now together with us. Hello, Germany. And let's get to know each other. Let me know if you're offering ombre to your clients, and if you are, what products do you usually use? Not brand, just tell me if you're using usually acrylics or gels or gel polishes, which are the most common you are doing ombre. Or if you're not offering ombre yet, then what product you're mostly working with. Hello, USA, Texas, whoop whoop. Or maybe you're using acrylic paints or airbrush. There's actually more options. And while I'm waiting for your comments, let me run real quick through the webinar rules, as some of you might be here for the first time. So I encourage you to take notes and screenshots, because there will be plenty of information squeezed in educator. And my biggest passion, as you can see, is nail art, and I still find it so fascinating that I'm now here in Moscow and you guys are everywhere, and we're literally just sitting, sharing experience, talking. I'm sharing my experience from all over the globe. That's so cool, and that's what NSI Academy allows me to do. And honestly, I just couldn't imagine that it was possible. I thought that I would need to travel all around the world to share my techniques, and now, I mean, I haven't even been to Australia or many places you guys are from, and that's just great. Okay, first time, hello to the newcomers here. Hello, Crystal from Canada. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with the theory. And I know that theory is not as fun as the practice, of course, but it's really important. Because I mean, if you don't know which tools you should use, then you just won't be able to do it. So always pay attention to the theory, because this is like the foundation, right? Always take some time to investigate the subject and then to actually go right to the practice. Okay, so there are simple rules of the ombre, and let's run through them now. Okay, so is there anybody who've been to my previous Bling webinar? Because on the previous webinar I explained some of the color theory, and if you haven't been, don't worry, we're going to repeat it. It's just a little bit different explanation. So in the color theory, the most simplest way to explain, like, we have primary colors, and if you guys know which colors are they, go ahead. So we have three colors which cannot be mixed from different colors. They are called primary, and we have yellow, we have blue, and also we have red. Okay, so we can get these colors from different ones. Okay, so yeah, somebody was there. Okay, so this is a little bit of like we are repeating the color wheel, so you already know how the wheel works. Red, blue, yellow. Excellent. Okay, okay, so these are the primary colors. If we will mix them, like red and yellow, we will get orange, and this would be the secondary color. If we mix yellow and blue, we will get green. Okay, oh, somebody's Anastasia saying black and white. Well, black and white are a little bit different, but yes, that's a good one. Okay, and if we mix red and blue, we will get purple. And it really depends on how much color do you add. So if you will take, let's say, yellow and add plenty of green, we will mostly get this like lime color, right? It will be closer to green. But if we add just a little bit, we will be closer to yellow. So it also depends on how much of each color will you add. Okay, so we have the color which is basically not even a color. That's why it is in the center. It's white. And what will happen if, I'm sorry, my handwriting is not very good. Yes, that's because I write better with the brush on nails. So if we will add white to the red color, what will we get? Hello, Mission, Texas. Mixing red and white gives us pink, right? And if we will take more white and add it to pink, we will get lighter pink, and more white and like pastel pink. And the more and more white we add, we will get the pink which is almost like white. And it works the same for each color. If we take blue and add white, we'll get light blue, and then pastel blue and sky blue and blue which is almost like white until we get to the white. And the same with the green, we'll get mint, etc. So adding more white gets color to be lighter. Oh, okay, guys, I think you are getting me. That's great. And also we will have black, which is outside the circle. It's a big one. And if we will darken any of these colors, let's say we will add black to the blue, we will get dark blue, and then very dark blue, and then the blue which is almost like black, and the same for the rest of the colors. Okay, so I have a better version of this wheel than my handwriting. Okay,